Hey, welcome back to Sight Culture. Today, we're diving deep into a sensitive topic, self-hatred. But why are we discussing this? The first step towards change is understanding. By recognizing the signs of self-hatred, we can address it and start the journey of self-love and acceptance. So, let's get into the 6 signs that you may hate yourself, backed by scientific research. 1. Constant self-criticism. Are you always berating yourself? Do you find that your internal monologue is consistently filled with negative commentary about your abilities, intelligence, or even your looks? This self-deprecation could cover any aspect of your life or personhood. A 2012 study in the Journal of Personality showed that prolonged self-criticism often gives rise to symptoms of anxiety and depression. This ongoing negativity, which typically stems from self-loathing, can have severe implications for your mental well-being. Consider the case of Emma. She is a highly accomplished scientist who has made substantial contributions to her field. Yet, instead of embracing her accomplishments, she spends her time focusing on her perceived shortcomings and errors. Every missed opportunity or minor mistake becomes a major catastrophe in her mind, eroding her self-esteem over time. This hyper-focus on flaws instead of achievements is a classic symptom of self-criticism, a key manifestation of self-hatred. Mindfulness and self-compassion can be key in addressing this issue. Mindfulness means being fully present in the moment, and it allows you to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Try to pay attention to your self-talk. If you notice that you're being overly critical, pause and question whether you would speak to a friend in the same way. Self-compassion involves treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd show to a friend. One technique that might be helpful is cognitive restructuring, which is a cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT) technique where you challenge and change irrational or negative beliefs. 2. Social isolation. According to a study published in the American Journal of Psychiatry in 2015, individuals who loathe themselves often retreat from social situations, likely fearing that others may share their negative views about themselves. Let's take Daniel as an example. Daniel is a personable and likable individual, but he consistently declines invitations from friends. He harbors the belief that his presence is a burden to others, that he is somehow lessening their joy. His self-loathing has not only led him to seclude himself but also caused him to miss out on meaningful social interactions and relationships that could help him combat his negative self-perceptions. Reaching out to others, as difficult as it might seem, is one of the primary steps to tackle social isolation. Begin with small steps, like commenting on a friend's social media post, sending a text, or making a quick phone call. It might help to join groups or clubs based on your interests to meet people with shared hobbies. Volunteering is also an excellent way to feel more connected and less isolated. 3. Neglecting self-care. When we talk about self-care, it's not just about maintaining physical appearance. It's about paying attention to mental health, eating a balanced diet, getting regular exercise, and doing everything required for both physical and mental well-being. Research from the University of Michigan has established a strong link between self-neglect and low self-esteem. If you devalue yourself, you're likely to neglect your well-being, reinforcing a vicious cycle of self-hatred. Take Mike as an example. He has irregular eating habits, often skipping meals entirely. His sleep pattern is erratic, and he seldom addresses his mental stress. He invests minimal time and effort in self-care. Over time, this neglect has begun to take a toll, manifesting as deteriorating mental and physical health. Try to develop a routine that incorporates aspects of self-care such as regular exercise, a balanced diet, and adequate sleep. Start with small, achievable goals like going for a short walk each day, cooking a healthy meal, or setting a consistent bedtime. It's also crucial to make time for activities you enjoy and to practice relaxation techniques like deep breathing or meditation. 4. Difficulty accepting compliments. A 2012 study in the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology has shown that individuals with low self-esteem often tend to dismiss or downplay compliments as they don't align with their negative self-perception. Consider the case of Sophia. Whenever Sophia receives a compliment, she brushes it aside or downplays her achievements. She often responds with phrases like, "Oh, it was nothing," or "I just got lucky." This unease with receiving praise is indicative of her low self-esteem and self-hatred. The inability to accept compliments often stems from low self-esteem or feelings of unworthiness. Practice saying thank you and accepting the compliment graciously, even if you don't fully believe it at first. Over time, this practice can help change your beliefs about yourself. It can also be helpful to work on your self-esteem through methods such as positive affirmations, self-reflection, and acknowledging your accomplishments. 5. Comparing yourself unfavorably to others. A study conducted in 2017 and published in Personality and Individual Differences shows that this is a key indicator of self-loathing. Take Jake as an example. He spends countless hours scrolling through social media, comparing his life to his peers. Despite having his unique strengths and accomplishments, Jake tends to focus on the areas where he perceives himself as less successful than others. This constant unfavorable comparison further fuels his feelings of self-hatred. Remember that everyone is unique, and each person has their own strengths and weaknesses. One technique to combat this issue is to practice gratitude. By focusing on what you're grateful for in your own life, you may find less need to compare yourself to others. It can also be beneficial to reduce time spent on social media, as it often presents an unrealistic representation of people's lives. Consider setting aside specific times to disconnect from digital platforms. 6. Fear of failure. Fear of failure, also known as atychiphobia, isn't just being nervous about a challenging task. It's an intense, debilitating fear that can lead to avoiding opportunities, underachieving, and generally not reaching your potential. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology in 2012 points out that an intense fear of failure is often rooted in having a fixed mindset, a belief that abilities and talents are innate and unchangeable. Those who hate themselves might hold this fixed mindset, feeling they cannot improve or change their inherent flaws or incompetencies. Let's consider Alex as an example. Alex is a talented artist with the potential to become a professional, but he refrains from showcasing his work or seeking opportunities in the art world. The fear of being judged, of not being good enough, dominates his thoughts. Alex's fear of failure confines him in his comfort zone, stopping him from chasing his dreams. The fear, in turn, is a manifestation of his self-loathing as he devalues his talent and lets his self-doubt dictate his actions. This fear is not only limiting but also self-perpetuating. Each missed opportunity due to fear of failure reinforces Alex's self-hatred, making it a vicious cycle that's hard to break without professional help or conscious, persistent efforts. So, what do we do if we identify with these signs? The first step is to acknowledge this issue. Remember, seeking professional help is beneficial when these issues persist and cause distress or impairment in your daily life. You deserve love, especially from yourself. Thank you for watching. If this video was helpful, make sure to leave a like and share it with those who might need it. Remember, it's okay to seek help, and it's okay to talk about these things. See you in the next video.